Hi, everyone. I'm Melinda Emerson, Small Biz Lady, America's #1 small business expert. And I'm so excited to welcome you to Smallbizchat Live. Now, for nearly the last 10 years, I have hosted Smallbizchat every week live on Twitter, answering your small business question. Our mission here is to end small business failure. We're here to give you information that's going to help you live your dream life as an entrepreneur. And I have got to tell you, we have an amazing show lined up for you tonight. I have customer service and customer experience expert Shep Hyken. He is here tonight. He's going to drop some knowledge on us about how we can be better in our businesses and disrupt our competitors. I also have Fitzgerald Hardnett. We're going to call him Fitz. He's going to be with us here tonight, and he is going to drop for you guys how to finally get Facebook ads to work for your business. Now, you guys know I'm a little bit skeptical, so I can't wait to hear what he has to say. And then all the way from Kansas City, we have Becky Wilson, and she is a PR maven, and she is going to give us tools and tips on how to leverage publicity and awards to attract your target customer. So I am so excited to have all of you here with us tonight, because this is about customer service, visibility, and publicity. And it's the top of the year, and I'm so excited to have the opportunity to give you some expert guidance that you can get right in the comfort of your own living room, your desk, your office, wherever you're watching us. Just know that we pulled together these experts because we want to help you take your business to the next level. So with that, let me introduce my first guest and my longtime friend, Shep Hyken. He is a customer service expert, as I already told you, but he is also the chief amazement officer of his company, Shepherd Presentations, and he's a New York Times and Wall Street Journal bestselling author, and he has been inducted into the Hall of Fame for the National Speakers Association, and he also has won the Lifetime Achievement Award for speaking professionals. And he is passionate about helping small business owners leverage great customer service to have loyal customers. So I am so excited, Shep, to have you here with me tonight.
It is a pleasure and honor, and I am flattered to be here.
Well, listen, I want to jump right in because I know you have so many pearls of wisdom to share with us tonight. So let's just start it right off. You know, how can you disrupt the competition or even an entire industry by just giving them great service? How do you do that?
Well, first of all, let's step back for a moment and recognize customers are smarter than ever before. They're experiencing great service from companies like Amazon and other great notable companies. And what's happened is these companies have raised the bar to a point where other companies, even in they're not in the same industry, have to set their service standards higher. Now, how do you take that to the next level is not just to deliver good service, friendly, knowledgeable, it's also to be convenient. That was the thesis and whole concept behind my last book. And I recognized that the reason I love to write about all these different companies over the years in my different books and articles is because they're just easier to do business with. And if you can create an easy experience on top of an already good customer service experience, you can disrupt your competition as well as maybe an industry. Think about what Uber did to the entire taxi cab industry.
Right.
It's so easy to get a car to come and pick you up and take you where you're supposed to be. So that's the bottom line.
I love it. I love it. And you're exactly right, because taxi drivers are horrible. They're rude. Their cabs are dirty. And somebody else came along and said, look, we're going to send you a nice clean car with somebody smiling at you to pick you up. It's like, oh, novel concept. And
they know who you are when you get in the car, and you know how far away they are from picking you up, and you know how much it's going to cost before you even agree to the trip. And when you get out of the car, you don't even have to pay them at that moment. They just automatically, how's that for a good word?
I love it.
It comes out of your credit card payment. The only friction that they have not been able to eliminate is the actual drive in the car. But
right.
Over, you're going to have to put up with that little bit of friction, which is get in the car and drive with somebody.
Well, here's the thing. I don't put up with that friction because I only use Uber Black Car. I got tired of surprise experiences in the back of Uber. So I decided to level the playing field for myself. But listen, I know that subscription services seem to be
Yeah.
becoming more and more popular with a lot of industries. That whole freemium, free trial, then voila, you're a monthly customer. What do you think of this business model, and how can small business owners really leverage it?
Sure. Well, it's one of the 6 convenience principles, and that is the subscription model. So think about your consumables. What do your customers use on a regular basis? And if you can deliver it on a regular basis where they don't have to pick up the phone and call you, go online and order it, or go to a store and get it, well, now you've got an opportunity to give them something ongoing. So even today, the car industry, automobile manufacturers are recognizing consumers, their customers, don't need to own a car. They don't even want to rent a car. They just want to subscribe to the car. And there's a number of brands, but I love the Porsche example where you can subscribe at different levels to a Porsche. And depending on which level you subscribe to, even at the lowest level, you'll have a choice. Do you want a convertible this week? And then you can switch to a different one. And you just pay a monthly fee. No insurance, no maintenance, just a flat monthly fee. But let's make it simpler than that. And it's not about newspapers and magazine subscriptions. Dog food, Chewy.com has turned into a big business, started as a small business. You would have to go to the store, pick up your dog food. If, say, you had a big dog, 50-pound bag of dog food, put it in the back of your car, a couple times a month you do that. Well, what if it would just automatically show up on your doorstep once a month? 1 bag, 2 bags, however many you needed. You would automatically have it. I'm a member of the Dollar Shave Club, one of my favorite clubs I've ever been a member of. Every month I get my blades, and this automatic reoccurring revenue for that company it's like gold. It's solid gold. It allows you to function, allows you to forecast, it allows you to have predictable income. And it's a great experience for the customer as well. It's a convenient experience.
Right. So I keep hearing you say the C word, convenient.
Yes, convenient.
So we as small business owners, we have to figure out how to be a more convenient resource for our customers. And if we figure that out, then we'll have customers for life. All right. So let's talk about the importance of access, right? Yes. What does that mean for a customer to be able to have access to the people that they're buying from?
Well, think about access as either logistics or hours of operation, when you're available. And the idea there is if you say you're a support center, a call center, and I go to call you at 7:00 at night because I'm working on my barbecue pit that I just bought and I'm trying to build. And I get a recording that says our hours of operation are 8 a.m. till 5:30 at night. I'm going, well, wait a minute. I work during that time and I'm trying to put together a barbecue pit. This isn't right. Well, that's anti-access. Think about, now here's a big business, Walmart. Do you know that 80% of the people that live in America, 80% are within 10 minutes of a Walmart? That's access. Wow. But you just have a website that's open 24/7. It's all the time. That's access. Make sure that your hours of operation are congruent with where your customers want to be and expect to be. Bankers' hours are like 8:30 until 4:30. Well, I believe that if they are wanting to attract people for checking accounts and that type of thing, they're marketing to the unemployed because those people can't get to the bank while they're working.
Right. No, I think you're exactly right. I remember when the banks used to close at 3:00, believe it or not. Yeah. Which is just madness. But now we can just take a picture of the phone with the check. You don't even have to go to the bank.
There you go. And that's one of the reasons bankers' hours now aren't as big of a deal because the banks have figured out a convenient solution, the online application such as, banking online, taking a picture and doing your deposit that way. So that is a very convenient technology. And by the way, technology is one of the 6 convenience principles.
Absolutely. So tell me what is the difference between a satisfied customer and a loyal customer?
So think about this. Satisfactory is a rating on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being poor and 5 being great. Where does satisfactory lie? So I'll ask you a question.
Like in the middle. It's like,
right. It's like 3. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So satisfactory is a rating and it's an average rating. So when people say, I want a satisfied customer. Now I'm playing with words here, but I want you to consider this. You don't want satisfied customers. Satisfactory is a rating. You want loyal customers. Loyalty is an emotion. How do you get a 5 on a scale of 1 to 5? Here's how. Just be a little bit better than average or satisfactory all of the time. The predictable and consistent above average experience is what makes you excellent, what makes you amazing and creates that loyalty.
Right. So be nice.
Yeah, the shortest customer service speech I ever did. I walked out on stage, I looked at the audience, I said, "Be nice. Thank you very much. Good night."
Right. I mean, we're laughing, but it almost like comes down to that. Please make sure my waitress is nice to me.
Yeah. And so think about it.
Happy to have my business. Yeah. Right. Crazy, but it's like super obvious, but not so much. So now let's go from loyal customer to how do you amaze a customer? Like, what is customer amazement?
Well, once again, amazement it's kind of like how you get to loyalty. How do you get to that 5? By being a little better than average all of the time. And when people say to me, "Shep, what do you do for a living?" And I respond by saying, "Have you ever walked out of a business and you go, wow, those people were amazing?" Well, that's what I do. And here's how you get to amazement. A little bit above average all of the time so that your customers will say, wow, I love these people. They're amazing because they're always knowledgeable. They're always friendly. They always answer the phone quickly. They always call me back quickly. Even when there's a problem, I know I can always depend on them. That word always followed by something positive is what's putting you into that zone of amazement.
Exactly. So now, how does great customer service make price irrelevant?
So the better you are at what you do and the more loyal your customers to you, and they're not loyal to you because of price. People that are price sensitive are loyal to companies because of price. As soon as there's a lower price, they move on. However, if you can deliver a level of service where they go, as I was mentioning, they're always friendly, knowledgeable, et cetera, that makes price so less relevant because nobody is going to leave the business that they can count on day in and day out. Now, you have to have competitive pricing. And one of my favorite clients, and I wrote an entire book using them as a case study, is Ace Hardware, one of the greatest retailers on the planet, some of the best customer service. And here's what happens. They know that their prices are a little bit higher, maybe, than their direct competitors like a Home Depot or big box store that has even bigger selection. But their service is compelling. They call it helpful service, not just
That's right. Service. The helpful hardware store. I know exactly what Ace Hardware is.
And people come to them again and again. And that's why they don't just survive in the shadow sometimes of a big box store that goes up next door to them. They actually thrive in that shadow because they have learned how to compete using that level of service.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's so funny because I had a conversation with somebody about Ace Hardware earlier today about the concept of the helpful hardware store. And I can remember when I bought my first house and I went to the Ace Hardware to get my keys made for my brand new house. And the man said, "Congratulations." And he didn't charge me for my keys. Do you know how many times I've been in that man's store over the years because of how nice he was to me the first time I ever walked in the store?
Right. And you know what? And how many times have you told that story?
Right. Exactly. I'm a walking, talking commercial for Ace Hardware. No, they're terrific. And I think they care about neighborhood customers. And I think that makes a really, really big difference. All right, Shep.
That's a great idea for your listeners and viewers and for the millions of people watching this show. Is that if you can do local well, and that's a huge advantage that smaller businesses have, is they can do a local feeling more so than some of these big competitors. And we always need to remember that's a huge advantage and we need to take advantage of that.
All right, Shep. Well, listen, we have to go pay some bills right now. But when we come back, we're going to pick your brain even more because we want to know more about the building blocks of building an awesome customer service organization and how that can lead to not just satisfied customers, but amazed customers. All right. So I'm Melinda Emerson, the Small Biz Lady. You're watching Smallbizchat Live, and we'll be right back. Hi, I'm Melinda Emerson, Small Biz Lady. I know you might be thinking about quitting your business and going back into corporate America. But wait, before you give up, my new book, Fix Your Business, could give you a whole new lease on life. My 12 P's of running a successful business will walk you through step by step how to grow your business revenue, how to hire great people, and streamline your processes, and so much more. Grab a copy today of Fix Your Business and get your life back. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Smallbizchat Live. I'm Melinda Emerson, the Small Biz Lady, and I'm so excited to have you with us. We are talking with Shep Hyken, and he is breaking it down for us about how to have great customer service and how that can be your disruptor in the marketplace. All right, Shep, I'm dying to ask you, when it comes to customer service, are the rules different for e-commerce businesses than it is for retail businesses?
The rules, well, the outcome and the expectations are the same. The only thing that's different really is the way you go about doing business. E-commerce or anything related to the digital channels today, and if you want to communicate on social media, if you want to do business with a website, whatever, the basic difference is how you go about it. At the end of the day, the expectation is, I want to be happy. I want you to do what you said you were going to do. If you can give me a service experience that's even just a little above average all the time, that's amazing. I'll probably come back. So I don't care what you do, online, offline, on site, on web, doesn't matter. Think about every interaction that your customer has and make sure that is managed to the best expectation that they would have depending upon the channel they're on.
Absolutely. Well, I love it. So listen, I know that we've used a lot of big bucks, big store, big company examples, but if I run a small business with a limited team, how can I provide better customer service?
So I want you to think about it this way. Number one, you must, I call this creating a customer-focused culture. So I'm going to give you in less than 60 seconds, 6 quick ideas. Define what your service vision is. Ritz-Carlton, 9 words long. We're ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. That's their mantra. Once you define it, you must communicate it, and it must be part of your everyday, discussions. This is what we're trying to do. My mantra, by the way, is always be amazing. 3 words. Then once it's communicated, train to it. And training's not something you did, it's something you do ongoing. Constantly reinforce in your weekly meetings, your Monday morning huddles, whatever you want to call them. Number 4, as a leader, you must, demonstrate what you want your people to do. Treat the people you work with the way you want your customers treated. That's the best way to demonstrate it. Number 5, if somebody is out of alignment, get them back in alignment. They need to be in the right lane. You don't want them to erode that brand promise you have out there. And number 6, celebrate it when it's working.
I love it. I love it. That's some good stuff. You gave us like a whole bowl full.
It's an entire book in 60 seconds.
I love it. I love it. And only a true keynote speaker can give it to them like that too. So I want to give you a shout out for that. All right. Now, how often should you train your team?
Well, you obviously, if you're going to sit down and have some immersion in service, don't think that spending an hour a day or 3 days is going to cure your problem. Short term, it gives them the information. But if you have a weekly meeting just to meet with your team, take 5 to 7 minutes and just spend on, hey, tell me an example of when you created a great service experience for one of our customers. And it could be an internal customer, somebody you work with, or an external customer, and have an employee or an associate or a team member, whatever you want to call them, share that example. And if you do that on a regular basis, everybody's going to constantly be hearing these examples. That alone will tick the meter up a bit on the customer experience.
So sharing good examples of this stuff, just like a great story or even a bad story, that'll be like how we fix it.
Yeah, a moment of misery to a moment of magic. Give everybody an index card and say, by next week, I want you to just write 2 or 3 sentences to describe when you created a positive experience, either for a fellow employee or one of our customers. And when you come next week to our weekly meeting, bring that card. I'm going to have some of you share what these are. And I call that service awareness, because they become aware of the service that they're creating for someone else.
Now, how about if a business wants to enhance their customer service pre-sale? Like, what kinds of things can they do to excite people before they even give their money?
Wow. So think about how easy you are to do business. And we're back to that whole convenience thing again. Did you make it easy for me to navigate through your website? Is it easy to connect with you the very first time? If I call you to talk to a salesperson and I'm put on hold, or I'm told the salesperson will call you back when they get back in and it's 4 days later, that's the type of thing that erodes confidence. So I want you to constantly be thinking about what I call the loyalty question. I didn't think I'd talk about this, but it's a real simple question. At every interaction that you have with a customer, think about this. Is what I'm doing right now going to get that customer to either buy from me when they need what I have or come back the next time when they need what it is that we sell? The loyalty question, it's all about the next time, every time.
Right. So keep your word. If someone's going to call me back right now.
Create confidence.
Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, so last question for you, surveys. Yes. What is the right survey strategy? How often should we do them? After every sale? How do you get people to fill them out? I mean, because everybody hates surveys.
They do. So I believe it was Peter Drucker or W. Edwards Deming or whatever who said you can't manage what you don't measure, so you have to measure it. So here's the key behind the survey. Number one, keep it short. Short is so much better. Matter of fact, just the other day, I called my airline. They asked if I would stay on for a 1-question survey after the call. And the question was simply this. If you called us again, would you want to talk to the same rep? Push 1 for yes, 2 for no. Well, that's pretty quick, and that tells me a lot. The Net Promoter Score, NPS, on a scale of 0 to 10, what's the likelihood that you would recommend us to a friend or a colleague? And depending on if you want to do a second question, how about an open-ended one? Why? But if you keep it short, you promise to keep it short, and it should come shortly after the experience. So if somebody, if you have a car cleaning service and clean the car, the next day send the survey. If you're going to ship somebody an item, let them get it, and then a few days later, hit them with the survey. And promise them it's going to be short, and you'll find that a lot more people will fill out that survey.
Got it. Love it. Listen, Shep, you are amazing. Stick around. We've got an extra segment for you at the end of the show, so we're going to bring you back. But up next, we're going to be talking with Fitz Hardnett about all things Facebook. So how do you get your sale on using Facebook ads? Fitz is going to tell us how. We will be right back. I'm Melinda Emerson, and you are watching Smallbizchat Live.
My new book, Fix Your Business, is really about encouraging people to take back control of their business and change how their businesses is run. It's not okay to skip paychecks. It's not okay to never feel like you can take a vacation. And it's also not okay to not know how much profit you've made in your business until your taxes are done. I really want business owners to stop letting their businesses be runaway trains. I've written this book to teach people processes and systems to help them run their businesses intentionally. My goal is to help existing entrepreneurs create a business that allows them to live their dream life.
Hi, everybody. I'm Melinda Emerson, the Small Biz Lady, and I'm America's #1 small business expert. Welcome back to Smallbizchat Live. Now we're going to be talking with Fitz Hardnett, and he is a visibility expert, and he is going to teach us all things Facebook. He's a big Facebook guy, and he's going to give us just all these tools and tips about how a hyper-local small business and service professionals that are in need of customized marketing plans, that is what he does, and he believes that the secret to visibility and bringing more customers into your business is Facebook. So, Fitz, how are you? Welcome to Smallbizchat Live.
Woo! Thank you for having me, Melinda. I appreciate that intro.
Yes. Well, we are excited to have you. We want your online advertising wisdom. So let me ask you, when we want to get started with online advertising, what is the best platform to get started with to start testing stuff?
Well, I liken that to fishing. Go to where your customers are. You have to go to where your clients and customers are hanging out. When people want to buy something, their intent is normally Google. Facebook allows you to infiltrate them and jump up. Surprise! Hey, didn't know you needed this, did you?
I love it. I love it. So Facebook is the sneak attack. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what it is?
Absolutely. Facebook, everybody is on Facebook. A lot of people are on Facebook. Your client is on Facebook. So it behooves you to have a presence on Facebook.
Got it.
Because Facebook also owns Instagram.
Right. So do Facebook ads work? I mean, I've seen a lot of good news stories, bad news stories, a lot of stuff about Facebook juicing the analytics, 3 seconds, and they're telling you actually had a view. So tell me about, how do Facebook ads really work?
Well, Facebook ads are like any other tool. In the hands of a skilled carpenter, a hammer is a wonderful instrument. But if you're unskilled, a hammer can be a doorstop. So Facebook ads, if you know how to target your audience, because a lot of people make the mistake of trying to sell the first time they see somebody. The number one job of your Facebook ad is to stop the scroll, because people are scrolling, they're busy. You need an ad that's going to jump out and grab their attention. That's the first thing. So Facebook ads absolutely work, but the problem is people have been using them wrong.
All right. So, all right, if people have been using Facebook ads and they haven't been doing it right, what should they be doing? How should one, like, if you want to take a step back and try Facebook ads again, how do you do it?
Okay. The first thing I want to break it down to people is a good portion, almost 95% of Facebook revenue comes from the advertising platform. So it behooves them to make it very, very simple. They even have a course called Facebook Blueprint, where you can go through and learn about the Facebook algorithms, the Facebook platform, all things Facebook. And that's free 99. And with that, that will give you the tools to know how to operate and navigate through Facebook. The problem is people think it's just like anything else. They can just jump in and do it. And when they don't experience success, they have issues with it. They say, that doesn't work. Well, you didn't use it right.
Okay. All right. I'm giving you the side eye, but I'm listening to you. All right. So tell me about, can you sell directly on Facebook, or is the deal, I've had people explain to me where what you really need to be doing is driving people to sign up for a webinar, or driving people to a free video series or a free ebook or something, that is really hard. Unless you're selling products, it is really hard to sell directly through the Facebook platform.
Well, people are busy. And what you want to do, if you have a service, you want to provide a solution. The best way that I would say do that is create a video series where you're answering one of their toughest problems. And if the person watches a certain portion, half of the video, then retarget them with the next video in that series that has a call to action. That call to action is now warming them up, because they watched the first video, they're warm to you. Now offer them an invitation to a webinar, and then from the webinar, go to a phone call. You want to make it where you're teaching them something and giving, and then asking for the sale.
I got it.
Does that make sense?
So it's like it's a give to get thing. So even if you're using Facebook ads, it's really about getting them in your funnel and nurturing that relationship. Is that what you're saying?
And when you're a coach or consultant, it's about having that seed language. You need to put out content that makes people gravitate towards you. And then through that content that you're creating, because it takes between 5 to 7 touches before somebody actually pulls that credit card out, unless it's a dummy simple offer like a 99-cent impulse buy. But if it's a high ticket thing, you got to kind of indoctrinate and let them know that you know what you're talking about.
Got it. So how should someone leverage Facebook analytics sort of like once they've launched a Facebook ad campaign?
Well, the devil is in the details. So you have to dig in and look at your numbers, because numbers tell the story. And that's where knowing your objective comes in, because you want to see, what are you trying to accomplish with this Facebook ad? Because a lot of people, like I said before, they're trying to sell something without stopping the scroll. And so when you look at your numbers, because you didn't do the first thing right, which was stop the scroll and get their attention, that's akin to being in a parking lot. Hey, somebody looks up, nothing good to say, they keep on walking. Or even worse, you're in the same parking lot and you don't say anything and try to sell something. So the numbers tell you everything that's going on with your ad. Is it producing? Is it performing? There's a thing called Relevance Core, and that lets you know how appropriate your ad is being received by your target audience.
Okay. All right, so the relevance score. So one of the things that I've heard about analytics is sometimes it'll tell you, like, are people clicking on your ad through a mobile device? Or is your ad really responding with a certain audience? That's what I've been told that the Facebook analytics are really helpful for, because sometimes we think our audience is one thing and then we can test it and find out who's really responding to our messages, right?
Absolutely. But there's also another great tool that Facebook has, and it's called the Audience Insight tool. The Audience Insight tool will tell you everything about people who like a certain product or service or person or magazine that's on Facebook. See, Facebook is a data king. All your likes, all your shares, all your comments, they collect all that data. They have partners with all these other agencies that collect data. And that data allows you to be able to target people by location, age, sex, gender, what they like, what they read, what they don't like. And that way you can even put your ad in front of somebody who lives within a 1 mile radius of your store, and you can only serve it up to them on mobile devices. So there's all kind of menus to select. So for those reasons alone, the targeting options on Facebook make it a phenomenal resource.
I see. All right. So what is retargeting, and do I need to do that if I'm doing Facebook ad?
Retargeting needs to be done regardless. See, one thing that people don't understand, retargeting is a piece of code that goes on your website. It's kind of like a sticky code. It's sticky. When somebody comes to your website or visit you, you tag them with a piece of code and you follow them around the internet. That's akin to going to like Nordstrom and looking at a pair of shoes, and the next time you're on USA Today, those shoes show up. Retargeting works wonders, because if somebody comes to your page and doesn't sign up for your email list, you still can reach back out and talk to them with an ad that's targeted to somebody who doesn't take the next step. Hey, I noticed you visited my page. You have any questions? Retargeting is very, very powerful, because again, like I said, if they don't sign up for your email list or your freebie, your giveaway, you still can reach back out to them. Hey, come back here. Look at this right here. Let me talk to you a little bit.
I love it. I love it. Now, what is the number one visibility tool going into 2019?
The number one visibility tool, in my opinion, is strictly video. Video, video, video. People love video. Video is engaging. Video is captivating. And video is easy. If you have a cell phone in your pocket, you are now a producer. You are a media producer. You can produce content that people will absorb. So video is it. Absolutely, video is it.
I would say that you're a content creator, maybe not a producer, because a producer is a professional. Now, I just want to say that as a former television producer, you got a little bit offensive to me, but it's okay. I'm not taking it personal at all.
Please don't.
Again, user-generated content is a beautiful thing. That's what we will say. Now, I got one last question for you before we go to break. What is the best business advice anyone has given you?
The best advice somebody's given me was always put God first. Put him first and know your numbers. Put God first and know your numbers. That's it.
Put God first, but check your math. All right. I love it. I love it. Well, listen, when we come right back on Smallbizchat Live, we're going to talk more with Fitz about how to get started with your first Facebook ad campaign. We're on Smallbizchat Live, dropping knowledge. So don't go away. We will be right back.
Are you tired of struggling in your business, not taking a paycheck, dreading dealing with your business in the morning? Are you regretting even starting your business in the first place? Well, I know you're tired, and I also remember what that kind of tired is like. But the good news is, it's time to stop feeling that way. Stop! I'm Melinda Emerson, Small Biz Lady, and my new book, Fix Your Business, is a 90-day turnaround plan to get back your life and reduce chaos in your business. I've been in business nearly 20 years, and let me teach you how to build a business that works for you. Grab a copy today.
Hi, Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Smallbizchat Live. I'm with my guest, Fitz Hardnett, and he is the visibility expert, and he is going to talk to us about how to get started with your first Facebook ad campaign. All right, Fitz, let's talk about the practical side of Facebook. Can you effectively do Facebook ads yourself, or do you need to hire help?
Well, like I said previously, Facebook, it behooves them to make it real simple. And Facebook ad platform is very simple. The challenge that I see with most people is they don't know who they're talking to and they don't know who they're targeting. So you got to realize when you create something, the two questions you got to ask yourself: who cares and why? Why do they care and who cares? Because if nobody cares about what you're about to put out there, don't put it out there, because it's not going to get the reception that you're looking for. Second, what are you trying to accomplish with your ad? People try to make a Facebook ad do everything under the sun. They want you to sell, buy, wash your car, and everything. Take one thing at a time. Stop the scroll, get their attention, have something good to say it well, take them somewhere. Stop the scroll, have something good to say, take them somewhere.
I think I'm going to hear that tonight in my sleep. Stop the scroll. Stop the scroll. All right. Now listen, and how much should you invest, like when you're getting started, and what should you do first? Well, your investment should be corresponding to the goal you want. But one thing I will say, give your budget some air. Don't choke your budget. Don't try to bootstrap it, because you want to get the ad out in front of enough people so Facebook can have an opportunity to work the algorithm to your favor to find the people who you've targeted. It's very important to give your ad some air. So let's talk numbers, though. I mean, I hear you. Okay. So at a minimum, I would say $10 a day at a bare minimum. At a bare minimum, $10 a day. $10 a day for 7 days to test it. Like, you got to give me more meat here. What are you saying? Okay, so it goes back to your objective. What you want to do is make sure you get enough interaction with your ad. So if you see, the thing about Facebook ads is your audience you're targeting will determine how much your ads cost. Because if somebody who has way more money invested in their ad platform, in their ad budget, is going after the same people, your ad won't be seen as often. So you have to make sure that you are equipped for the long haul. So you can start off with $10 a day for 10 days, $100, and see what happens. But it's all about testing. There's no one magic pill. You can't say red pill, blue pill, boom, it works. You have to test. You absolutely have to test it out. Okay. And can you explain a pixel and how pixels help with your Facebook ads? Okay. Pixel is the piece of code that's used for retargeting. And the pixel will allow you to track engagement and actions on a website. So if somebody visits your site and looks at a page, if they add to cart, you can now create these audiences and segment people in by the action they've taken by the pages that they visited. And once that happens is you can now retarget, which means serve up another ad based upon people who have been, if you've been to the red door, then I can send you an ad that's talking about, hey, you've been to the red door, come to the blue door. You can reel them on in a little bit further and further. You can identify the actions they've taken and now use your skills to bring them further into your funnel. All right, and here's my last question about this. Can you leverage your existing email list for Facebook ads? Absolutely, absolutely. That process is called creating a lookalike audience. What that is doing is taking your email list and the information in there, Facebook is matching it up, trying to find people who match these same characteristics, and then they'll serve an ad up to them. They'll serve your ad up to them same people. That's called a lookalike audience. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, listen, thank you so much. This was really, really helpful advice. Facebook ads can be tricky for people. And so I think you have really given us a lot of really key information on how to leverage Facebook ads. So I'm really appreciative of you. So now up next, we're going to be talking with personal branding expert and PR maven, Becky Wilson. She's coming to us to talk about how to leverage awards to attract your target audience. I'm Melinda Emerson, the Small Biz Lady. You're watching Smallbizchat Live, and we will be right back.
Hi, I'm Melinda Emerson, Small Biz Lady. I know you might be thinking about quitting your business and going back into corporate America, but wait, before you give up, my new book, Fix Your Business, could give you a whole new lease on life. My 12 P's of running a successful business will walk you through step by step how to grow your business revenue, how to hire great people, and streamline your processes, and so much more. Grab a copy today of Fix Your Business and get your life back.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melinda Emerson, Small Biz Lady, and we are back with Smallbizchat Live. Now, you guys have to know, sometimes technology doesn't work. And tonight, my guest had a beautiful video stream until she didn't. So we have a beautiful picture up of our guest, Becky Wilson, Becky is a longtime owner of a fantastic public relations firm in Kansas City. It's called the WDS Marketing and Public Relations. It's a branding, media relations, and milestone marketing agency based in Overland Park, Kansas, which is a suburb of Kansas City. And she's assisted her clients in receiving more than 300 awards and accolades locally, regionally, and nationally, and helps her clients get featured in multiple business and media publications. So, Becky, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate having you and you hanging in there with us, even though your technology was not cooperating, but that's okay. I would love for you to tell us, first of all, why personal branding is so important for today's business owner.
Well, it's a really crowded marketplace, and you've got to get known and you've got to get in front of people. So continually branding yourself and your business is one way to do that. It's really important. People know who you are, what you stand for, what your business does. And branding has become the big term for the last 4 or 5 years. Everybody brands this or that. But it's really just creating awareness and generating interest about your business and what your business is and why people should do business with you.
I love it. I love it. So tell me, how can entrepreneurs truly differentiate their businesses from the competition?
Well, I think the key word there is competition. You have to be competitive. If you are going to take over the marketplace today, you've got to have a competitive attitude in whatever you do or whatever attitude you take. You have to be competitive in your advertising, your marketing, your social media, however you're reaching out to people. You have to be competitive. And that's one of the reasons that I like award programs, is because it gives you the opportunity to compete with your peers on a level and to get the recognition you deserve and brand your business as the best of the best.
All right. Well, are there specific things to consider if you want to apply for a business award?
Well, first you need to decide what is your brand, and then you need to research and find award programs that will help you promote that, whether you are technology business of the year, women-owned business, minority-owned business, to research and find the award programs that will allow you to participate and come away with that brand, like the Stevie Awards for Women in Business or the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year programs. Those are outstanding ways to build your brand. There's the American Business Awards. American Business Awards has about 200 categories, so you can find your category of what your business does. And then you can complete the application and move forward in branding your business as whatever you would like to be known as.
Now, why do you think it's so effective, though, to like, certainly it can help your brand stand out, but why do you think that this is a key strategy that business owners should consider?
Well, it's about branding and awareness. How are you generating interest in your business? Rather than just a flat advertisement, this is an actual reinforcement of who you are in your business, and awards do that, whether you're an entrepreneur of the year or philanthropist of the year. They're just all different types of awards that will help you create awareness. And the media loves awards. They want to write a story about you. They want you to come and speak when you're an entrepreneur, and branding yourself with an award program is one way to really effectively do that. And it's really energizing, and it's an enjoyable way to brand your business. It's not dull. And when you go onto the stage and accept an award as the top business owner in your category, it makes you feel really good. It makes your employees feel really good, and your customers cheer you on as well.
Absolutely. So now let's talk a little bit about books. I mean, people like to use books to grow their brand as well. What is your thoughts about that?
I think if you're a subject matter expert, then you should definitely have at least one book about what you know that you can promote as well. When you speak and go somewhere to speak, people want something to take away. And if you've got a book on your topic or your story, your inspiration, it's just another positive way to bring attention to you, to your business, and to your level of expertise. So I know they're really hard to write. They take a lot of time. I know you're really good at it, but it is very challenging to write books, as you know. However, once you've got that book, then you can take it out whenever you speak, and you can either give it away or sell it. It's a really outstanding way to generate your brand as a subject matter expert.
Now tell me something. When is it appropriate to invest in a publicist? Like, I know whenever I have a new book coming out, that's when I'm like, okay, it's time to bring a publicist back into the team. But what is your professional opinion about when is it appropriate to engage a professional such as yourself to help you sort of like, get the word out about what you're about?
Well, it depends on how big your business is. If you have a large enough business that you have a public relations person at your business, then you don't necessarily have to get a publicist. I will tell you, though, that as fast as things are changing in the publicity business, you have to find someone that is keeping up to date with it. Magazines come and go, TV stations, and now the big thing is podcasts. So unless you have somebody on your staff that's really spending a lot of time trying to keep up with everything, you really need a public relations person or a publicist to help you get the attention that you need. You can't run your business and follow publicity at the same time.
I got it. All right. So what's the best business advice you've ever been given?
Paula Nelson wrote a book, Soar with Your Strengths. Focus on what you do best in your business and then outsource or delegate everything else, and everyone will be happy around you and you will do a lot better as well.
All right, there you go. Becky, I appreciate you so much. And we are so excited to have you. And I'm going to bring you and my other two guests back in just a moment, because we are going to do what we call Hit It and Quit It. So it is our little panel discussion where we bring all three of our guests in, and you guys are all going to be asked the same question. But here's the catch. You cannot repeat the answer of another guest, and you cannot give me an answer longer than 30 seconds. So that is why we call it Hit It or Quit It, okay? So listen, I want to pull all of our guests back together. We're going to bring Shep Hyken back. We're going to bring Fitz Hardnett back, and we're going to bring Becky Wilson back, and we're going to talk to you guys now about, whatever question I want to give you guys. So I want to ask you first, what is your best old school marketing tip? Shep, go. Give it to me.
Smile and dial. When business is slow, get on the phone, call your customers.
Love it, love it, love it. Smile and dial. You might see that tweeted. So I know somebody felt that one. All right. Fitz, give it to me. What is your best old school marketing tip?
The fortune is in the follow-up, baby. Follow up.
Love it. You are exactly right. Most people don't get because they don't follow up. And that is absolutely true. All right, Becky, what is your favorite old school marketing tip?
Do what you say you're going to do of when you're going to do it. Keep your word and provide the source and the services that are needed to get the person where they need to go.
Do what you say you're going to do. I like that. And that is an old school life tip. That's not just an old school marketing tip. I love it. I love it. All right. Fitz, I'm going to start with you. What is your favorite app? What is your favorite app? There was a man that wrote a book years ago called Love is the Killer App. But I want to know, for real, what do you have on your phone that you can't live without?
I love Ripple. You can create posts and pictures right there and post them right to social media, just like that.
Ripple. All right. I love it. Becky, what about you? Do you have an app that you love that you can't live without on your phone?
YouTube. Wherever I am, I can watch a video about any topic or subject. I can hear people speak. I can hear comedy shows from old TV stations. Anything that I want, I couldn't do without YouTube.
All right. Shep, tell me, what's your favorite app?
Wow. Well, aside from the Shep Hyken app, which you can get, I love TripIt Pro. I travel every single week, and it just is really helpful with all my travel.
I like TripIt too, actually. I'm a big fan of TripIt. And I actually really like TripAdvisor. I'm a huge fan of TripAdvisor. I'm a, AAA rating person on TripAdvisor. So, I've gotten to the point now where hotels look me up. They know I'm coming. So I get little extra stuff in my room because they want a good review, which I like that. So, that's cool. So, all right, tell me, we were just talking about podcasts, Becky. What is your favorite podcast?
Well, that's a really challenging one because there are so many that I like. I can't think of one right off the top of my head to say that's my favorite one, but there's 20 or 30 out there that are just great. And they have any topic that you want. You can find a podcast on that topic. And if you really like, you can try and maybe even be interviewed on that. So I don't have a favorite one.
All right. Shep, what about you? What's your favorite podcast?
Well, aside from my podcast, I have to say it, right? Amazing Business Radio. I'm going to go with a fun one, Entrepreneur on Fire.
Yeah, I like his podcast too. He's a great guy, dude. We had him years ago on Smallbizchat. He's terrific. But I heard he's now charging people to be on his podcast.
I know. It's great.
You want to be a guest on his podcast? 5 G's, man. I'm like, holy macaroni. I'm in the wrong business. Anyway, all right. Fitz, what is your favorite podcast?
I got to quit it because he took it. Entrepreneur on Fire. That's the one I listen to. That's it. I got to quit it. I know.
That's the only one? That's the only one you listen to?
It is. Absolutely. It is.
Okay. I mean, it's great. But,
yeah.
I'm like starting to protest him. But anyway.
I think Melinda's podcast.
Yes. Smallbizchat, the podcast. Yes. We're going to have a huge relaunch in April. It's going to be awesome. So look out for that. All right, you guys, what is your favorite motivational tip that if you give it yourself or you share with others that you work with? Favorite motivational tip. Fitz, I'm going to start with you this time.
Well, mine is kind of hip hop based. It comes from Luke Campbell. Don't stop, get it. Don't stop, get it.
I love it. All right, Becky, what's your favorite motivational tip?
Always stay positive, no matter what happens. Even if you're on a podcast and they can't get your picture on, be positive and be grateful for the wonderful experience that it is. So look for the positive in everything.
I like that. That's good advice for life or business. All right, Shep. I know you got a good personal motivational tip.
Oh, man, it's my mantra is to always be amazing. So here's the motivational choice. We tell everybody that comes to work with us, be amazing or go home.
All right. I'll take that. Be amazing or go home. I will tell you what mine is. You never lose in business. Either you win or you learn. That is my favorite motivational tip. Too many people get too hard on themselves. All that negative self-talk. Some lessons are just more expensive than others. That's it. That's all it is. All right. Now, best business book you ever read, Shep Hyken.
Aside from this most recent business book, no, you're setting me up for this.
You're killing me.
Jim Gilmore and Joe Pine wrote a book called The Experience Economy. Love that book. One of my all-time favorite business books.
Love it. Fitz, what's your favorite business book?
The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. I love the E-Myth.
Oh my God, you just stole my book. Now I got to give a new one. See, now you're just stealing stuff. Anyway, I'm going to go last. Becky, what's your favorite business book?
I got two: Differentiate or Die, Survival in the Era of Killer Competition by Jack Trout, one of my favorite books. The other one is Harvey McKay, Pushing the Envelope All the Way to the Top.
I like it. I've read the second one, the Pushing the Envelope All the Way to the Top. I like that. All right. So since my book got taken, I'm going to give you another one. It's called Profit First by my college classmate, Mike McAllowitz. I love this book, and I love to tell people about this book. He believes that you should have an operating account. You should have an emergency savings account for your business, but you need to have a profit account for yourself. And I love that book and that mantra, because too many entrepreneurs are stealing money from themselves and not putting money away from themselves for all of their hard work. So listen, I have to thank my three guests again tonight. You guys have been supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Awesome. Shep Hyken, thank you so much. I appreciate you for always coming to my rescue whenever I ask you. You always come through for me, and I appreciate you so much. Fitz Hardnett, Mr. Facebook as himself, thank you so much for being a wonderful guest tonight on Smallbizchat Live. And Becky Wilson, PR diva from Kansas City, I love you, and I thank you so much for all of their support that you always give, and all of the great insights that you've given us tonight have been amazing. Don't forget to join us next week on Smallbizchat. We'll be back on Twitter with our guest, Victoria Volomsky, and she is from Startup Station, and she's a globally recognized finance expert, and she's going to be talking about how to get your startup funded faster. So you do not want to miss that. I am Melinda Emerson, and the mission of Smallbizchat is to end small business failure. Until next time, I wish you well, and have a good night, everybody. Thank you guys so much.